Enviable strength if you know that you have the skills, the social charisma, and the self-assurance to actually get the result that you want, which is to have your pick of the bunch, or if you're able to walk into any room, anywhere in the world, and know that you can get any woman to chase you. When you truly reach that point, it's like a full unlock, which is why I'm so enthusiastic about it. And this video will be a huge source of clarification for those of you who have never had a lady chase you in any way. Today, we're going to discuss how to let a woman chase you, how to master that persona, and how to actually make this way easier than anything you've ever heard before. Number 1. Be effortless. Never exert too much effort when it comes to women. You must appear to be a perfect man in all of your acts. Everything you do and everything you say should be in such a way that it all comes naturally. It should never seem like trying to push something when it's not working. Never questioning yourself is one of the quickest ways to improve at this. You can achieve this by speaking clearly and with purpose at all times. Additionally, you can train yourself to respond to a woman's questions sensibly and decisively. Simply said, your eyes should be a resounding yes, and never a half-hearted yes. Similarly, your no should be a firm no. Your actions should never be half-hearted. Never be in the zone where you're undecided and lingering in between different thoughts. That won't work, I'm afraid. That is not what we refer to as powerful male energy. That will be the energy that makes her think you are not a pre-selected candidate. You must project an air of ease. When you can get past the woman's logical mind and appeal to her primitive instinct, you can truly get through to her deepest thoughts and desires without the lady even realizing you're trying. But the truth is that most guys just lack the necessary skills. You must appear effortless as your first step in mastering this. Your voice ought to convey that silky, slick assurance and effortless confidence. Therefore, you should convince yourself that you can be different, and that it's acceptable to be different, rather than believing that you need to change in order to be better. And adapting is a good thing. This requires a unique skill set. And if you adopt this different skill set, you'll achieve the outcomes you're looking for. Number 2. Show that you're pre-selected. You must present yourself as having other choices. Even if you don't, you still need to slightly fake it until you make it for the following reasons. You need to show that you have more women waiting to be with you. If not, you must project an air of having the capability to get those women when you want to. This is really important. Women go where value is offered to them. Value can be demonstrated by carrying a woman on your shoulder as you enter a bar or club, figuratively speaking. Being confident and bold enough to approach the entire group of 3 to 4 women, introduce yourself, and genuinely get to know them without any ulterior motives can add massive value. You see, you have to be pre-selected regardless of the situation. Women like power. Women like powerful, strong, driven men. But here's the thing. 99% of guys on the planet have no power. They are not always successful. They're not necessarily of a high level or grade, are they? They are not necessarily famous. They are not well-known athletes. That is the very narrow category of men. How does the average Joe ensure that they can appear as though they've been there and done that before when it comes to pre-selection? The first thing you have control over is your body. Most significantly, you have power over your body language. If you're slouching, relax your shoulders while keeping your chest up. Okay, you can lose weight if you are overweight. You can dress to reflect your personality if you have loose, baggy clothing that depicts a slob. And as I've grown older, I've become the type of man that works with professionals, businessmen, and men who have a lot of areas in their life worked out, but they struggle in a few, and my persona has mirrored that. You must appear pre-selected, and the most vital aspect of doing so is that your confidence shines through when everything matches. When you sound like you look. When you speak, the way you look is important. When you dress as you sound, it's as if the entire package has come together. It's as if she can recognize you just by looking at you. And she can categorize you as well and place you in a specific segment of valuable men. Where guys go wrong with women is when their actions do not match, perhaps via text messaging. They have the guts to be really flirtatious and provocative. In reality, they're awkward and speak incoherently, or they're attempting to get to know you, and she's just sitting there thinking, yeah, I was interested, but now you're attempting to be my boyfriend. You can't crisscross preselected males since they have a consistent persona. They are self-assured and believe in themselves. They are aware of who they are. They know exactly who they want to be. They know how they sound and where the conversation is going. And they aren't afraid to go there because they want to go there. The woman is either going with him or she's not. No in-betweens. Number 3. Stop caring. You can't possibly care. When it comes to ladies, you can't care about anything. Even for those of you who have long-term partners, or, in certain cases, marriages. The no-caring principle is one of the most important since, as a male, emotions just do not work to your advantage. Eye contact, flirting, smiling, smirking, teasing, and even silence can trigger intense feelings in a woman. Though those elicit tremendous feelings in a woman, they only do so without your emotions. This is the secret to achieving that level where you don't care. He who cares the least has the most power. Remember that. When you are free to come and go as you choose and to freely express yourself, however you want without having to worry about being rejected or upsetting someone. Additionally, not caring enables you to live your life at your own pace. As a guy, you're not always dependent on your emotions. Instead, your emotions depend on you. And when you can get her to open up to you, her emotions start to depend on you as well. Number 4. Be in it to win it. The next step is to genuinely play to win. I'll move on to my 4th point, which is playing to win. What does playing to win with a woman look like? What it looks like when you're playing to win is that you present yourself as a high-value man or as pre-selected, and you're not hesitant to steer the conversation in the right direction. I'll use an example. Consider that I am aware that I am not a huge lover of online dating. I am aware that some of you enjoy internet dating. Say a woman doesn't necessarily appear the way you expected her to. On that day, the normal 99% of men would soothe her and then say, well, it was a fantastic date. It was lovely to meet you, and he squandered 45 minutes to an hour of his time while paying for the date. Instead, the individual who is absolutely playing to win places a high value on his time. And he's willing to simply walk away, or he'll stand up and say, yeah, I don't believe this date is for me. I'll talk to you later. You might therefore consider that rude. Some of you might believe that's not always true. The truth is this. If you don't do these actions, you won't have the courage to proceed in the direction you need to. You'll notice that a woman will get to a specific buy-in temperature when you speak to her. This will be obvious to you from her smiles, her brows rising, and her smirks directed at you. You'll notice that when she's feeling particularly sensitive, you could practically grab her and kiss her right there. When you're in it to win it, you will profit from the split-second judgments, motions, and areas where you're creating the dialogue out of thin air. It's as if you believe in yourself and the decision you're about to make. When you fully trust yourself to make the proper move, here's the amazing thing. The move immediately becomes right. Isn't that what attracts women? Usually, because you believe in yourself enough to know that what you're doing is right. Women, you see, are the ones who receive your energy. She senses it when you play to win, and she naturally feels led. Number 5. Use her weaknesses. Take advantage of her weaknesses. You'll notice that ladies have particular proclivities. You can label them whatever you want and exploit their flaws. There are some women whom you might kiss or something like that, right? If you grab the back of their neck while doing it, they become very sensitive. Or maybe you may make particular eye contact or gestures, and she'll say things like, "Why are you staring at me like that?" Or, "I can't control myself when you stare at me like that." There are some things you'll notice. Every woman, in a sense, has these quirks. You must utilize those. Your activities must seem effortless while you play on those. What do you mean when I stare at you like that? This is how I typically see you. This is coming from the perspective of your self-assurance and consistency inside your own game. So these 5 tips men can use to get women to chase them. Thanks for watching. And please like the video and subscribe to the channel.